Jack Yates family, a lot of people are coming to me on Facebook and YouTube, mainly Facebook, and they're asking me, Monroe, what in the heck is going on over at Jack Yates? And Facebook family, I got Mr. Monroe. He's down with everything that Jack Yates do. He's down with the principal, Dr. Davis. He's there at all the school board meetings. And I'm gonna let Mr. Monroe tell you exactly, for all of you people who are Jack Yates alumni all over the country that looks at all of my videos, well then I'm letting you know exactly what goes on. Bully will not lie to you. That's the reason why I got Mr. Monroe with me tonight. Monroe, explain to everybody about what's really going on with Jack Yates. They're gonna make a new school, or they're gonna tear down the school? What the hell is they doing?
Well, at this point, we don't really know. I won't believe that we'll have a new school until I see one built. Mm-hmm. You know, I've seen other schools that they've done the same thing to tear down a portion and then just rebuild that portion. Mm-hmm. So, you know, that's the scary part for me, is not really knowing if they're gonna rebuild this school. Of course, you're gonna have school board members, they're gonna rebuild Yates, they're gonna do this here. But how am I supposed to believe a pathological liar? Somebody that's already lied to me in the past.
Okay, now let us catch us up on all of this stuff that HSD have been lying to you, because you've been to all of the school board meetings, and when you come up to speak, a lot of the people, of the school board members, they know that you're getting ready to tell them exactly how to call it the cabbage. I mean, I done videoed it, and a lot of the people here have already seen the video of this. And we also seen the video of us going over there where they building the new energy school over there on Charwester and Sophomore. We went over there and that sign was up. And when we got through doing that video, Mr. Monroe, they taking that sign down. So we made an impact. This social media is making an impact, because the media are not covering you. Because every time I go to a school board meeting, every time Jack Yates get ready to talk, Channel 13, they cut their camera off. They don't even want to hear nothing that Yates is doing. They're not trying to cover nothing that we are trying to establish over there at Jack Yates. That's the purpose of us having the social media, so we can know exactly what's going on. That's why I ask you and like for you to explain exactly what's happening.
Well, I mean, if we tried to decipher all the lies that they've told, you know, it would probably take me 2 straight days to get it all out. But the biggest lie that's been told is, to me, that they won't close Yates. Now, I need you to understand that when it's all said and done, you're gonna have 5 high schools in a 2.5, 3-mile radius.
Explain to me that.
Well, you're gonna have the Energy School, Yates High School, and 3 other high schools that they're redoing right there in one big pile. So the thing is, if you're a parent and you're looking to send your kid to a school, if Yates is not performing at the level it needs to perform at, which we're doing better, we're not doing nowhere near where we should be,
okay,
but we are doing better, then where would you send your kid? What's gonna happen, they're gonna take all the top tier students from Yates and leave us with a bunch of kids that have, you know, special ed issues or kids that are performing low. And then at that point, you have to ask yourself, how long realistically will the school be open?
Okay, this is another thing I noticed that there are a lot of people are asking. I mean, are they going, U of H finna take over? The school is definitely finna be on the Alabama side. That's a done deal. Okay, now, as far as them tearing down the school, as I heard you say today, they're tearing down sections of the schools like they did Worthy.
Yeah.
And we don't want that to happen to Jack Yates.
No.
Okay.
Well, I'll say this here, man, that, you know, with the U of H thing, and I'm going to just put it out there, it's the way that I feel.
Hey, this is social media. Say what we feel.
If U of H is accepted into the Big 12, we done. Because they have nowhere to park.
Okay.
They have nowhere to park.
Yeah, because right now I can go to U of H game on a Saturday. Man, they all the way parked all the way down to the CUNY home.
Yeah, they have nowhere to park. So for me, I just feel if U of H gets into the Big 12, everything that's been promised to us is going to go out the window. Okay. It's going to go out the window.
And the last time that me and you did an interview, we was at HISD school board. In fact, Greer had stepped down the day that you went, that me and you interviewed. Now, what about this new superintendent? What do we know about him?
Well, what we know is that I don't know very many people that would take a position of that magnitude in a school district that big and come all the way from San Francisco, California by itself. That means we still at the mercy of the same people that screwed us for the last 10, 15 years.
So, in other words, HISD got a superintendent from San Francisco?
Yeah, from San Francisco.
See,
Well, he
all
comes from a school district that only had 55,000 kids.
And how many of this kid do HISD have?
246,000.
Wow.
He's worked in a school district that had 316,000, but when you look at the demographics of where he came from, San Francisco, 55,000 kids, but only 9% of those children were black.
So he come from a predominantly white.
No, predominantly Asian.
Asian. Oh.
Asian.
Okay.
You know, I've been to the community meetings that he's been having, and I've been grilling. I've been on him. And the thing is the African American meetings are a little bit different than the white meetings at the white schools.
Right.
I've noticed the difference. But if he could deliver on everything that he's saying, then I think we would be okay. But I just don't feel with the board that we have in place that's going to be able to happen.
Okay, now let me ask you this question, because a lot of things that I really enjoyed here at this PTO meeting, and we really would like a lot of more participation, right, at the PTO meeting. Now, I will be there Thursday, and that's next Thursday, at HISD board member meeting.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yep. Board meeting next Thursday.
Jack Yates family, we will be there. And I will be there with Mr. Monroe, and I will get the input of Mr. Monroe, comments on what went on and whether or not it was a success or whether or not it was unsuccessful. Because right now, we need to get as much coverage as possible over this particular Jack Yates. And how far of HISD gonna go with Jack Yates, and when will they decide to just say, hey man, we don't need Jack Yates, U of H bought the property out, and then all of a sudden we'll be like a E.O. Smith.
Well, I'll say this here, there's only 5 historically black high schools left in the state of Texas. And all of us are going through the same issues. We don't have anything to offer our children. You know, you got the Dallas Madisons, the Dallas Lincolns, you know, you got the Wheatleys, the Yateses, and the Booker T's. You know, and we know after this year, Cashmere will be closed. Okay. So, you know, they said they would never close Cashmere. These people change their minds like we change underwear. You see what I'm saying? So exactly at the end of the day, we can't trust them. In order to keep the doors open at 3703 Sampson, we've got to get more people to come out and support. You know, the sad part about it is I've been to a lot of the community meetings with the new superintendent. And when you walk into the Hispanic schools, there is standing room only. When you walk into the white schools, it's standing room only. But when you walk into the black schools, you may have 30 people. You see what I'm saying? We can't win the battle like that. We can't.
Monroe, is that blacks are not getting involved with the community meetings at the school. Well, number one, blacks don't know when they are. The television station ain't telling the people. The newspaper ain't telling the people. So how in the hell is they gonna find out? If that's the part of us getting with this social media, to inform these people, man, let them know, hey man, this stuff is going on. Get involved.
We have to become more involved. We have to. Right now, you got some guys out here that I work with, Minister Robert Muhammad, Pastor E.A. Decker, Pastor D.Z. Cofield. I mean, these cats, they didn't go to Yates, you know, but they out there and they advocating for our schools and our community when our own people who graduated, walked that yard, will not do it. You see what I'm saying? They can say, well, we don't know, but that's a lie, because just like you have a social media following, I got 35,000 people that follow me faithfully. 35,000.
Yeah.
So it's not like you don't know. The thing is if we got to get out this mind frame. What I mean by that is, if it's a party and it's free drinks, you have a busload of Yates lines. But if it's an issue and we fighting for the school, you see the same 6 or 7 of us every time.
So, therefore, again, participation.
Participation is you have to maximize it.
And this is what the black community is not bringing in.
You're not bringing it in?
Especially the Yates alumni. You know, if if you look back at a lot of this Monroe, and people know me, they know I'm gonna keep it real too. Mm-hmm. Is that a lot of people, man, when they left out of Yates, man, they didn't look back. Their kids didn't go to Yates, their grandkids don't go to Yates, and the only time they go to Yates is when they're having a big time basketball game and they win it.
Well, I'm so crimson and gold that when I got married this last time, I wouldn't even do the wedding unless my colors were crimson and gold.
But this is what we don't have is the pride. And and I understand that I went to Yates, and I'm a big Yates alumni, but I also work in social media, so I deal with all of them. We did too. And right now, I'm gonna be straight up with you, Monroe. I mean, over to that Gregory Library of Black Museum Library right there, Gregory School in Freedomtown. You got all the Wheatley alumni books from 1949 all the way to 1980. They got 5 shelves there. Booker T. Watson got 3 books in that shelf on that school. Now this library is dependent on people donating this. Jack Yates got 0 books in there. 0.
Well, I mean, we even have
and I go down the line. Wait a minute. Worthing got 0. Cashmere, like you say, they out of the game anyway. Look like it to me, Cashmere is right now, it's mainly Yates, Worthy, Booker T, and Wheatley. I mean, those are the 4 schools that are getting strong with their alumni and is ready to come in, and they proud of their school, and they proud of their colors, and they want to do it just as much as what we want to do. But we are, listen to what I'm saying, Monroe. But we as a black race, we got this, we spread it out too thin. We got to all come together. We got to come together. It ain't no such thing as my class. It's about my school.
Yeah.
I don't want you come in because you ain't in my class. No, it ain't. Your class is irrelevant. The school was there before your class got there. The school was there when your class left there. It's about helping the school. And I know, Monroe, that you is always down on the ground level floor fighting for Jack Yates. Man, you put your life on the line for Jack Yates. I seen you coming there halfway sick, man. Still got the hospital band on your arm. Coming to those HISD meetings, telling them how you feel about what they need to do for Jack Yates.
Time is our worst enemy. And if we do what we normally do, which is wait until the last minute to decide to fight for Jack Yates, then we'll lose it. I had the opportunity, I think a year and a half ago, to meet Reverend Jack Yates' granddaughter.
Right.
And, at that time, I was getting a lot of flack from people and because of my delivery and how I dealt with things.
Right.
And this lady walked up to me and she grabbed me and pulled me close. She say, "My grandfather would be proud of you right now. You got to fight for him because he fought for us."
That's right.
And if you choose not to do that, I can't make you. But I'll go to the grave fighting for him for one reason. I lived across the street from Hightower High School. And I got 5 kids come through my house. Right across the street from Hightower. And not one of them wore green. They all wore crimson and gold. And I lived in Fresno, Texas.
This is where, and they don't like it, but they have to accept it.
Exactly. And I mean, that's all it boils down to. You don't have to like me. You just need to respect me. That's all I care about.
All right. We'll see you Thursday. Thank you so much, Monroe.
All right.
Appreciate you.